Hi amazing people, welcome to another video. My name is Marion Ndung'u. Happy New Year. How are you doing? I hope you are fantastic. Oh my god, if you are a first time visitor, if it is your very first time to find our page, karibu sana. We have been doing content and we are so happy and privileged that you joined us. I hope this video is helpful for you. If you are a returning subscriber, you know you guys, I love you. I always say this and I will continue to say this. Thank you for believing in Marion Ndung'u. I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be doing this if you wouldn't be helping me. There is the difference, of course, of just being passionate and doing it regardless, but just having people watching, having that views, and just having that engagement on my social platform, it is so encouraging. So thank you very much. I am so privileged, I am excited, and I'm happy. This new year, I'm taking you guys with speed, and I'm talking about topics that a lot of us don't want to hear because it's uncomfortable. So today we are talking about haters and envious people. I am talking about such kinds of people because I believe if you guys are like Marion Wekali, we have tolerated a lot of people in our lives, majorly because we are trying to explain their behavior. We are like, that is just who they are, so it's fine, I'll just deal with their personality. And I am the bigger person, so let me just be the bigger person and understand them. And all these other things that we actually tell ourselves so that we can tolerate them until they burn us. And you see, the worst part is they overexhaust you with all the negativity that they come with to your circle. So because they overwhelm you, most of the time, even when you're spending time with them, you come out of their presence with a lot of drain because they drain all the energy, all the good vibes. So can we have that conversation? Are you okay? Are you comfortable about talking about this? Okay, if you are, then let's proceed. So I need to be very honest. I have been one of those people that hated on people. I am one of those people that have been jealous here and there, and I have been envious. And I know that even you, as we are doing this, you have probably been envious, you have probably hated someone, you have probably been jealous. And those are emotions, and that's fine. What today we are talking about are people who overdo it and they are so stuck. So instead of them actually using some of this as encouragement for them to probably do something for themselves, this is how I tend to use my emotions when it comes to envy. And probably if I hate someone or I hate what they're doing or what I don't like it, because hate is such a strong word, and probably maybe I'm jealous, I use that to do better, especially if we are probably competing, or if I feel like I can actually do what they're doing or probably better. I use that as fuel to make me do better for myself. And I hope that is what you do. Now, the problem with our generation, we are so big on hatred, especially on social media and on these platforms, that when someone does something, as a hater, you want to criticize them, you undermine them, and often, of course, that happens because you're jealous of them, or you have insecurities of your own, and what they are doing triggers something. So it triggers your insecurity and it activates your jealousy concerning them. If you're an envious person, on the other hand, it's that you probably don't openly express those negative feelings that you harbor, but you resent their success. You're like, why are they successful? Why is it not me? Now, I am here to say this because we are human. We all fall victim of this hate and and this envy. I just want us to discuss about those people that are haters in our circle, those that are envious in our circle, and we are not doing this to shame them. It is 2025, for crying out loud. Personally, I am in an age where I don't feel like I need negativity. I want to focus on achieving success and moving forward and just meeting targets and those goals that I have for myself. So if you're coming into my circle and you're not helping me to grow, I don't feel I need you. I am coming out of that season where I need all the people in the world. I am very sure, and I can completely and I can say this out loud. We need people. I cannot achieve what I want to achieve, especially if my vision is bigger, without people. Social capital is very important, and I need people. You need people, but you don't necessarily need to tolerate haters and envious people. You know, when you are a boss, they are probably your employees. I pay you to work, so I don't care if you hate or you're envious. You just need to do your job, okay? But we are talking about people that you are choosing for yourself as friends. We are talking about these people that you spend time with, people that you pour your heart out to. When you have a dream, when you have a vision, you talk to them concerning it. These people, if they are envious and if they hate your success, then they actually they sabotage it by what they will say, by how they will react, you know, and we feed out of other people's energies. Today, if I come to you and I tell you how I have this big dream of achieving success, being successful, wanting to go to the moon and everything, and probably become the most influential person, for example, as a vlogger, to have millions of subscribers, and you celebrate me and you tell me how possible it is, as much as it looks ridiculous right now, but you encourage me, that motivates me. It makes me be like, hey, actually we can actually do this. And then after you encourage me, you're like, okay, what are the strategies you want to use? And then probably give me ideas of how I can do that. Oh my goodness, feeding from that is amazing. And probably once in a while check up and be like, are you doing what probably we talked about in terms of you wanting to achieve the million subscribers? Then we have this other person that you have chosen in your circle, that you spend time with, and you're there telling them how, oh my goodness, I want to achieve million subscribers. And the first thing they do is laugh. You are crazy. What? Why would you even think that you can do that? What gave you the madness to think that you can get to 1 million subscribers? You know, the first thing that will happen to you is that you will just shrink. Of course, the dream is big, and you need people who are crazy enough to believe you. So when this one is crazily not believing and crazily against it and just putting you down, you're like, by the way, I'm crazy. Why would I even think about that? A lot of people that have achieved great things have just had a dream, thought about it, got a few people expressed it, and they're like, go, you got this. And some of them have actually withheld that information, and they share it kidogo kidogo, and according to how you treat them, that is how they approach you. So today we want to talk about signs that you can identify envious people, and you can identify haters. But even before we get to the signs, I have a question. Do you think that you on a personal level are a hater or an envious person? Because when you start with yourself, it is so easy to even deal with that aspect. Are you the type that encourages people to achieve, or are you the type that criticizes and judge people and be like, you know what, you can't do this? When I look at you, because I know you, you know, you have given me access to your life, you don't look like doing this. If those are some of the things that you tell your friends, man, you're a hater and an envious person, and you need to work on yourself, because some of these things also reflect on who you attract. If you are a hater and an envious person, trust me, you will gather with haters, and you know what, they won't support you the same way you don't support others. That just is how it is. So today, even as we are talking about signs and symptoms, because you might not know that you're a hater. To you, you're probably like, I just don't agree with how they do things. But instead of being just someone who disagrees, you're very critical, and your criticism is on 100. So even as we're having this conversation, let's focus on ourselves. Yeah, so that we can also change some of these behaviors. It is 2025. Don't be a hater, don't be a jealous person. Imagine, don't envy them, because you also have something that you're working towards. When you're looking at this video, don't be like, why is this girl even having the confidence to talk to us like that? And then you're there hating, and you're like, I will never watch her content again. I don't even think that she deserves my like and my subscription. Be the type that this girl is talking sense, and probably I need to work on myself, and we move, because it is 2025. We have survived COVID, we have survived being alone. Now it's time, because we need people as a resource and as an investment. Then we need to have the right people, and this is also to help you on a personal level to choose the right people in your circle, so that by the time you're having a dream, by the time you're deciding to work on something, you know that by the way, the people that surround me are my support system. Very good. So I'm going to start with the first one, and these are signs to identify haters before we go to identifying envious people, though they might relate and comme si comme ça. Okay, so haters constantly criticize. When you see someone just do something, you point out their flaws and weaknesses. When you're looking at this video, you're like, this girl is not investing. You are actually thinking that you're helping me by seeing the negativity. There is constructive criticism, where you're like, by the way, for example, you are in the film industry, or you know something about camera, lighting and everything else, and when you're looking at this video, you're like, if this girl can work on probably the lighting, maybe you're there, and if she had this camera at this angle, if she would put maybe something like this on her background, this would be a very amazing. I have no issue with her content. I just think that if she touches 1 2 3 things, she can do better. Positive criticism, that is amazing. So we are not talking about that kind of criticism. We are talking about the one where, irregardless of whatever someone does, you are honestly belittling their effort, you are belittling their successes, and you're always pointing out their flaws. You are here, I am here trying to have a conversation with people, and you, even as you watch, but you're so worried and so concerned, and so the highlights that you have concerning me is how my hair is not looking nice. Why didn't she do makeup? And you're just there looking at, this girl is fat, what is her problem? You have an issue, work on it. Okay. Please do. 2025. So the other thing is passive aggressive comments. So I want you to watch out for some of these comments. And what are they? If someone is like, wow, I didn't expect you to do that well, like there's a standard they have put of where probably they wanted you to surpass in terms of like successful. Okay, it's one thing to say, honestly, I believed in you, but I didn't believe in you that much. Sometimes people can overwhelm us because probably, yeah, I supported them. You know, when you have a friend and they come and tell you this crazy idea of something they want to do, and you're like, what? This one is mad. But I will just support them, because you know what? At the end of the day, they need someone to be rooting for them. And then, not only that, they do it and they surpass the expectations, and you're like, what? I'm impressed. That is different from those ones that are like, I didn't expect you to actually get there. You see, there's a difference. One is actually there saying, you know, I supported you, I thought it was crazy, but you surpassed it. Amazing. What? That is good. That is amazing. You see, this one has set a standard that actually they didn't know you would do it, probably because they know you. We are talking about friends, remember. And then we have this other one who is like, I didn't think you actually had it to do that. You did well. You actually did well. Even the expression is like, this person enyewe hakuwa ananitakia mazuri. They are not genuinely happy. They just don't have it in them to be happy for you as much as you have surpassed, for example, the limits that they had put for you. So if you see such kind of people, and you know it can be one one off, and you're like, your period nilikuwa na utoto, even me as a friend. But constantly, every time you are doing something with them and they are always giving you that, please stay away from them. Probably better yet, keep them in the acquaintances stage, where you just meet them once in a while and don't inform them concerning your stuff. Probably don't have them in your inner circle. Okay, the other thing is lack of support. The second one, we are talking about passive aggressive reactions. They actually are supporting you, but the reaction they are giving you is not good. So now we have those ones who lack that support altogether. So when you share those goals of successes, you know, as a true friend, they will celebrate you. But if this person is a hater, they sound indifferent and dismissive. It's like whatever you're telling them doesn't make sense. So they don't have your best interest at heart. It's like, okay, whatever you have achieved, good for you. Like, they don't support you at all, at all. They're just there. You talked to them, you told them your dreams, and they're like, I will support you. And then they go mute and they never talk. And then probably because in your head you think that they're supportive, you go to tell them your wins and your successes, so that you can celebrate together. And then when you go to them, they're like, oh, okay. It's like, what? Go away. I don't want haters in my life. Go away. And this is just to say, here and now, if you're a hater in my life, 2025, you have no space. Hakuna room. So I would rather have 5 people in my circle, but there are 5 people who root for me, and root for me seriously. Yeah, than having 10 million people and 10% out of that number are the ones that are for you. I would rather do away with all of you. But you know, I'm not talking about like the subscribers and everything. I'm talking about the close inner circle. What is the need of having 100 people when out of the 100 people you only have like 5? Why don't you just then focus on the 5 or the 10 people out of the 100 that are rooting for you? Because those ones are the ones you need. Okay, so we are going to talk about now envious people. On this other side, how can you know that someone is envious? Number one, of course, a lot of envious people do a lot of comparison. Envious people, as we described them in the beginning, we said that people who are think that they don't tell you that they are envious. They don't have that hate, quote unquote, thing going on, but they always think that probably they can do better than you. Their issue is your success. Their issue is you doing something and being successful at it. So the first thing they will tend to do, and a lot of time do, is compare themselves. And they're not comparing, they have a lot of comparative behavior. And they're not comparing you with other people. They're probably comparing you with themselves, because they're in that state of thinking, you cannot do better than me. That is just not going to happen. So they are forever and constantly comparing themselves with them. So they're there telling you how you are beautiful, but I am more beautiful. So what? You're there like, I like this and this, but mine is better. And then you're like, okay, that's fine, but see, we just celebrate my wins. When we are having a conversation about how probably I did something and it was successful, they will always find a way of putting themselves there, and whatever they are doing, probably even if it is something totally unrelated but it is successful according to them, they will want to bring the success story into yours. Those are not good people. They are very envious. And you see, it's because they're not telling you directly, like haters. So they are always comparing. It's an indirect sign of you knowing that you have an envious person in your life, because they're forever comparing, never telling you that they're not happy for you. They're just trying to insist that, by the way, you know, I'm also successful, I'm also doing. So that comparative behavior, watch out for it and be careful about it. Number 2, so envious people may try to undermine your confidence by questioning your decisions and abilities, often in a subtle way that makes you second guess yourself. They are the doubting Thomases. And the main reason why they are doing this is because they feel like you shouldn't do probably that thing. they undermine your confidence by questioning you because they have no confidence to actually tell you that by they don't do that thing. Haters are very open. They don't hide it, and very few of them actually know how to hide. But envious people tend to be there. They are clingy, because at the same time they know that they need you in their lives, but they are sending you questions. They're like, uko sure utafanya? Uko sure uta manage? Your decision, na venye unakuanga hivi na hivi, unaona nika unaweza. If they are constantly questioning your decisions and abilities to do that thing that you're telling them that you're doing, and then they make you to second guess yourself, huyo ni a very envious friend, my friend. So you either need to deal with them or get rid of them, or don't tell them your secret matters. The other thing of identifying envious people is that they withhold praise. When you're doing something, of course, you need people to celebrate your small wins, big wins, whatever it is. But with these particular people, they just don't seem to acknowledge your achievements. For example, if you have landed a promotion and they change the subject or say, well, I guess it was your turn, that's a clear sign of envy. They might seem threatened by your success and choose to ignore it rather than celebrate it. They're like, oh, it was your turn now. It's not like that you worked hard, yet you have put a lot of effort to get that promotion, and then they're just shunning it like it was your turn. That is a very envious friend. Get rid of them. The other thing is they gossip behind your back. And this is why. Of course, we have talked about the fact that they don't celebrate you and they don't like you. They feel like you don't deserve that success. So they start rumors, they resort to gossip. They're the ones who start to tell people negative things about you, and then of course it spreads. And at the end of the day, sometimes they even come back and tell you what they were discussing with someone else, because they are trying to act like your friend. So they were there starting stories because they are in your inner circle, and they're starting negative stories. And then the story grows, and of course, because the people probably who are being told tend to believe them because they are in your inner circle. Yeah. And then the other people make comments that probably are painful, they're irritating, and sometimes they really are heartbreaking. And then this person who already started the rumor comes now and brings you probably all the negative things other people are saying. And they're doing that because they want to kill you. That is an indicator of an envious friend, okay? They are just there telling you, did you hear how Nani and Nani said about you? Hey, if you hear those people, be very careful about them, because they might probably are the ones spreading rumors and lies concerning you, and then they come back and give you reported speech of what other people were saying, and they don't say what themselves were saying. Those are not very good people at all. So be very careful about them. Okay? So how do you handle these people? Haters and envious people. Listen, I am not saying that we don't need those people, because there are some people that are our haters, but they actually help us. It is good publicity nonetheless. But for those that are too close to you, because that hurts, that wound cuts deep, set boundaries. Be in that space of being like, okay, I'm tired of your nonsense and your crap. Stay away from me. When they give you those negative feedbacks, probably be like, you know what, you're my friend. I appreciate what you're telling me, but I can do this. I can make a decision, and I own my decisions, and I will go ahead to do it. Okay, just put clear boundaries. And then probably as you're putting those boundaries on a personal level, also be that place where you're watchful, so that next time you don't also go and talk to them about things that they will also give you negativity about. Yeah, and just know what to talk about when it comes to them and with them. Yeah, so that you also reduce the information they have. Still, I know you get what I'm saying. You reduce the information they have, because then again, they will lack something to talk about because they don't have a lot of information. They just are finding out things are going on and they're like, hey, napana hukuniambia. Like, I forgot, sorry. Yeah, it just happens. It's 2025, I forgot. Yeah. Focus on positive relationships. Don't focus so much on the negative ones. I don't know why, especially women, we have this weakness of trying to hold on to people. And sana a lot of our haters and a lot of envious people in our circle are people that we love the most. They are the ones that we call best friends. So because you have that title, you are calling each other bestie, you're calling each other girly, yet at the end of the day, most of you are stealing each other's boyfriends. Most of you are doing crazy madness. You're doing crazy things behind each other, and you're forgiving each other every now and then. And every time you don't learn, you continue. Seriously. Seriously, women, wake up. Acheni ufala. Let's be very, ani tukue waril na tukue practical. Why are you dragging your emotions in the mud, and you have the power to, I don't get us. I don't get us. But God help us. So focus on positive relationships. People, you have genuine people who celebrate you, who support you, who love you. Focus on them. They're more important. And they actually add more value to you because they fuel you to achieve success. The other thing is don't engage in negativity. On a personal level, this is what I meant. I told you, mahali hapa hivi juu, that haters and envious people attract that kind of people. And that is why I was saying, even as we are doing this video, focus on yourself and analyze yourself. Because you might actually be an envious and a hater, an envious person and a hater, and that is the kind of people that you will attract. So if that is the kind of people that you have around you, then that means you don't have a lot of positivity to cling on. Because guess what? The same way you are so busy tagging each other with those friends of yours, hating on others, it's the same way these people are hating on you when it comes to you doing things concerning you. And that is why you won't grow. But you need to rise above it, okay? So even as you on a personal level work on yourself, that's why we are talking about don't engage in negativity. Because if you engage in negativity, then that means that is what you attract. But if you don't engage in it, guess what? You are creating room for positivity to come your way. Yeah, that is that. When you are in the media space, like for example me, you receive both good and bad together, in terms of feedback, in terms of just people liking you. There's someone who will look at me and be like, I hate this girl for no reason. Probably they don't like the way I talk, probably they don't like my kind of content, they don't like something, yeah. And you attract that kind of negativity. And sometimes people tend to also even comment about it. You know, when you have given yourself that boost to be like, you know what, I have flaws. I'm not saying that I am perfect. That is why I came to do content creation. I'm just saying that I have tried to deal with whatever it is that maybe isn't working for me. So if I come here and I know that I have an issue, for example, probably I'm too big like right now, or I have big boobs and they're an issue, you as a hater, you can come and tell me negative things about probably the boobs that are too big or something. And because it is something, for example, I have an issue with, and I'm not saying that I do, probably I have an issue with. So when you're telling me that, I will tend to feel bad, probably maybe respond, but then that is not who I should be. I should be above that. And when you comment negatively, I'll be there ignoring you and probably saying thank you for your feedback and just leaving it at that. So when we are talking about do not engage in negativity, it can be on both ways. You as a negative person, don't engage in the negativity and don't be a negative person. But also it can be in terms of how you respond to the people that are giving you negative vibes. Yeah, you ignore, you be like, thank you for your comment, thank you for your concern, have a lovely day, I appreciate that comment. I am not engaging in that kind of chatter. The other thing is reflect on your own behavior. We have talked about it pia hapo juu. You really need to do that. Then another thing is communicate openly. Yeah, when you're not comfortable, when there's an issue, probably address it directly with that person. I appreciate people who come and tell me, you know what, I've noticed something that is not good. this is what I think probably we can do, or you can do, or work on it, or say something, instead of involving in gossip. That is better, because even on a personal level, sometimes we do things, yeah. Mimi, at my age, there is something I can say that is so offensive without even knowing, okay? So when someone is watching, they're like, why did this girl say that? And probably whatever I was saying, no pun intended, and it hurts someone. So you, as someone who has noticed something like that, just come and talk to me and be like, Marion, I didn't like the way you talked there, here. I feel you hurt people, or probably next time do this, do better. I will conclude this video by saying this. No one is perfect. All of us have our flaws. We have fallen victim of hate and envy on a personal level, and we have also expressed it to others. So it is on us, on a personal level. You as a person, work on yourself. The envy that you have, the hate that you have for your friends. If you feel like by day, you know what, I hate this person and I can't find a good reason, because this is my friend, I can't find a reason to love them. Set boundaries and keep away from them. You know, be in that space where, because I don't want to be a hater, I would rather like we separate, we don't talk and everything, rather than trying your best to be there and you're actually not a very happy person when it comes to them and their success. Okay, the other thing also, on a personal level, when you are dealing with people who are envious and jealous, then know how to deal with them. They are your friends. You have formed bonds, probably for some that have taken years to build, but in the many years that you guys have been friends, it has been a lot of negativity, one after the other. I was telling a cousin of mine, she has these 3 friends that she keeps on exchanging every now and then. So it's like a kasako that they hate one on each other. And because, you know, they are young, and I think a lot of the people who are victims especially are those people that have bonded at a young age, because Pia, you're in that place of also discovering yourself. So today you're in support of probably what someone is doing. Tomorrow you meet a boyfriend who is against whatever your friend is for, and now you're hating on your friend. And because you have shared a lot of information, the next minute you're gossiping, you are there bad mouthing one another, telling each other how, by the way, because of ABCD, and this is information that you have, you're using it, yeah, all the wrong ways, yeah. And I just want to say I'm sorry for someone probably that has gone through that. Even on a personal level, if I have put you through that, I'm so sorry, and forgive me. I didn't know any better. As a friend, I should have been a better friend, and probably most of us should be better friends. And because we are in that season and era of learning, relearning and unlearning, I am learning that by there I don't have to have everyone as my friend. And because we decided probably to be friends, doesn't mean that the friendship should last for eternity, even if we made promises to one another, because probably we have different paths, we are focusing on different things. If I don't feel the support that I need probably to grow, then I will be like, peace, I can't do this, for my own peace of mind. Yeah, so I'm just choosing to end the friendship and maintain being sober, and just focus on me and what I need to achieve, and at least now get the right space for the right people. When you hurt your feelings too much, when you hurt yourself too much, you now get to that place where you don't want friends. And you see, at the end of the day, you need support system. Yeah, so it is very important to be very sure what is your next step. Even as we have finished this video, are you going to be like, you know what, she has told me, okay, and then you continue with your bad friends? Or are you going to make harsh decisions, very tough decisions, and be like, yeah, I need to cut A, B, C, D off, because you know what, if I don't do that, then I don't have a future, or I will end up draining all the negativity or all the positivity in me and remain negative. So ni wewe could decide and make that decision very alert, very sober, and be like, you know what, I know what works for me and what doesn't, and I need to stick and be true to myself. It's hard, but then again, It's something that you need to do. So do it, and do it fast. 2025, you have a lot to achieve, and you have dragged for a long time, and it is high time that you start achieving. And you know, some of these achievements can come by cutting off a few people. So if I can compromise on cutting off 2 people and achieve success and maybe impact lives of millions, then I would rather choose that. I would rather choose to lose you than just keeping you. Yeah, it happens. Okay, so thank you so much for coming. Thank you for getting here. Thank you for watching this video until we've got here. Manze, it's been minutes, you know, it's 30 minutes plus. Yeah, I'm probably sure it's gonna be 30 minutes plus. And I am so happy that you put in time to hear, to talk, for us to have this conversation. I am excited. Thank you so much. I know that you are going to make a good decision concerning your haters, and also you on a personal level on how you hate other people. Okay, thank you so much. Love you. See you on the next video. Sindo. Okay, bye bye. Have a good week. Ciao.